no justice in their departments. There was no justice at all. And James Comey, he was a hack. I have no respect for James Comey whatsoever for what he's done. And I think he's weakened the country. He's weakened the FBI. What an embarrassment. And it makes it increasingly clear to anybody that's a thinking person, a thoughtful person, now should understand unequivocally why it was that Donald Trump fired James Comey. Just like the sewers in Hollywood where all this crap is coming out, the crap is coming out in D.C. There's a purging, folks. And I think this is the draining of the swamp. I really think this is a good flushing. I really think that the toilet needs to be flushed. That's what's happening. The toilet's being flushed. I mean, the untold amount of BS that's come out with the Democrats, with their dossier and falsifications and untruths about Russia, and funding these companies to do this research that was BS to begin with. They knew all along. To try to derail Donald Trump from ever taking the presidency, and did the same crap with Bernie Sanders. These are the tactics that they use that are very un-American, and certainly not the party that you'd ever want to be associated with if you thought that there was any kind of integrity to the Democratic Party. There's zero. And there should not be this particular activity going on at the highest office. If we don't make an example of those that are in power, then what good is any of our laws? Why should anybody obey them if we cannot expect it from the highest office there? But of course, Hillary Clinton, she gets a pass. Her IT person gets a pass. Her attorney general gets a pass. All of their people, dozens and dozens of people exonerated. Their computers are destroyed. They don't convict anybody conveniently. And they just seem to get away with it. Classified information, top secret information, so nonchalant about it as if it's not even really such a big deal. No wonder people are able to hack into our computers. No wonder we're not as safe as we once were. No wonder that the NSA is having so many problems. It just kind of makes you wonder about all of these particular things. They have not cared about the information. They've allowed crooked people into the system, so they sell the codes. They sell the way to get in, to where nothing is safe. And now the NSA, you heard the report yesterday, they have to start from scratch. Well, there must be leakers. There is dozens and dozens in Washington, more than any time in recent memory. It's filthy. But I do pray that the sewer is drained in Washington, D.C. This, I think, is a good time for Washington to come clean. And I pray that God would unveil, literally, all the liars, all the untruths, all the will just come out so the American people once and for all could see how crooked Hillary is, how crooked James Comey was, how crooked the administration was altogether, and then begin fixing it from the bottom up and possibly indict some people. Get some people in some orange jumpers and lock them up. I, for one, I've had enough with this divisive politics that it serves nobody in the end, and really makes us look like a bunch of idiots here in this country for those that watch news overseas and sees this stuff going on. But again, I pray for our country during this time right now of questioning, and I hope that the truth really does come out. But above anything else, I really hope that it's held in high standard and somebody begins to get prosecuted. And I would love to see Loretta Lynch back in court. Would love to see James Comey back in court. I'd love to see Barack Obama back in court. I'd love to see it. Can you have a former president in? Can you get them back in? I suppose that for one reason or another, I have no idea if they would actually. I don't know. I'll have to find out. I'll do some research on that. That would be an interesting thing. It'd probably be unlikely, but Hillary Clinton, I think we get her back in here, and maybe some Slick Willie action. Get them both locked up. Maybe have to sell their house in Chappaqua. Get them out of there. That would be a beautiful thing. Yeah, I have no love for the Clintons whatsoever. They destroyed a good man that I work for and took over the show from Chuck Harder. Silenced. You can read it online about the whole takedown, an 18-year audit on Chuck Harder. Terrible. Never will forgive them for what they did. They did horrible things to him. And he was one of the most prominent voices in America, this broadcast for the people, for many, many, many years. Anyway, folks, that's the news today. We got another hour coming up on some of these stations. We appreciate you. Our website is forthepeopleshow.com. Follow us there on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, and keep up with our news threads. You know what we're talking about, so you can talk about it. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, we're listener-supported. We count on your generous donations. Keith Allen saying all the best. May God bless.